Accuracy and speed are the two most important skills in Excel. Knowing formulas is not enough if your work takes too long. In this video, I'll help you improve your speed. Here are 10 Excel shortcuts every Excel user should know. Let's start with the one you'll use almost every day. Imagine you want to format a table or copy all your data. Most beginners drag their mouse and hope they didn't miss anything. But I'm sure by now you know dragging with the mouse is slow and can be unreliable. All you have to do is select any one cell in the table and press Ctrl A. Excel will select the entire table. If you press Ctrl A again, Excel selects the entire worksheet. This shortcut makes your life easy when you want to select data quickly. Have you ever scrolled endlessly to reach the last row? Scrolling looks harmless until your data gets big. Let me show you something much easier. Hold Ctrl and press an arrow key. Excel jumps straight to the edge of your data. You could go up, down, left, or right. This boosts your speed when you need to move quickly between cells. Now, let's build on the previous shortcut. While Ctrl and arrow keys together help you move between cells, if you press Ctrl Shift and arrow key, it will also select everything while moving between cells. You can also use Shift arrow key to select one cell at a time. This is perfect when you want to apply a formula or format multiple rows or columns at once. Need to format or delete an entire column? Sometimes you don't want some cells, you want the whole column. Select any cell in the column you want to select and press Ctrl space. That's it, the entire column is selected. You can also select multiple columns by first selecting cells from columns you want to select and use the same shortcut Ctrl space. This will select multiple columns at once. This is great for formatting, deleting, or inserting new columns. Do you need to select an entire row? Columns have a shortcut, rows do too. Select any cell in the row you want to select and press Shift space. That's it, the entire row is selected. Just like columns, you can also select multiple rows by first selecting cells from rows you want to select and use the same shortcut Shift space. This will select multiple rows at once. Remember, Control space for columns and Shift space for rows. Once you know how to select cells, rows, and columns, this one becomes powerful. If you want to insert a column, select a column where you want the new column to be inserted and press Ctrl plus. If you want to insert multiple columns, let's say you want to insert 3 columns, for example, select 3 columns where you want the new columns to be inserted and press Ctrl plus. Excel will insert 3 new columns for you. Similarly, if you want to insert a row, select a row where you want the new row to be inserted and press Ctrl plus. And if you want to insert multiple rows, let's say you want to insert 4 rows, for example, select 4 rows where you want the new rows to be inserted and press Ctrl plus. Excel will insert 4 new rows for you. You can also use the same shortcut to insert cells. All you have to do is select the range where you want the new cells to be inserted, press Ctrl plus, and here you get the options to insert the cells. You have the option to insert a cell and shift the existing cells to the right or shift the existing cells down. Or if you select the option entire row, this will also basically enter an entire row, or if you select entire column, it will enter an entire column. All right. Now, since we just want to insert some new cells here, I'm just going to select shift cells right and I'm going to click on OK. And you can see all the cells was shifted to the right and we have some new cells here. Similarly, if I want to add some new cells this way, I can press select. I can first select the cells, press Ctrl plus, and I can click on shift cells down. And if I click on OK, you can see the existing cells shifted down and we have new cells in their place. Let's say you want to delete an entire column. Select the column you want to be deleted by pressing Ctrl space and press Ctrl minus to delete the column. You can also delete multiple columns by first selecting the columns to be deleted and press Ctrl minus. Similarly, if you want to delete an entire row, select the row you want to be deleted by pressing Shift space and press Ctrl minus to delete the entire row. You can also delete multiple rows by first selecting the rows to be deleted and press Ctrl minus. You can also use the same shortcut to delete cells. Let's say, for example, you want to delete these cells. I'll first select the cells that I want to delete and I'm going to press Ctrl minus. it will come up with this dialog box. I have the option to now shift the existing cells to the left and occupy this place, or I have the option to shift the cells up, so everything below these cells will move up, or I have the option to delete the entire row or the entire column. So right now I just want to shift these existing cells to the left. If I click on OK, you can see the country names are gone. In their place we have the region and all these columns shifted to the left. In this case it's not making sense, but this is just to show you how it works. Similarly, if I want to, let's say, delete these cells, I can select the cells first and press Ctrl minus, and from here I can select if I want to shift the existing cells to the left or if I want the existing cells to go up. If I click on this and click on OK, the existing cells have gone up, right? So that's how you can use the Control minus shortcut to delete the entire column or the entire row or some specific cells. I'm sure you've seen people doing this when they try to hide a row. Instead of using the mouse to hide the row, simply select any cell in the row you want to hide and press Ctrl 9. Not the 9 in your numpad, but the one above the letter I and O on your keyboard. You can also hide multiple rows by first selecting cells from the rows to be hidden and press Ctrl 9. This will definitely boost your speed and make your life much easier. And what about unhiding rows? First, look at the row numbers on the left. If you see numbers skipping, for example, row 4 and then row 6, that means row 5 is hidden. To unhide a row, you must select the rows above and below the hidden one. This tells Excel where the hidden row is. Now simply press Ctrl Shift 9 to unhide the hidden row. It's as simple as that. When it comes to hiding a column, instead of doing this, which is super time consuming, simply select any cell in the row you want to hide and press Ctrl 0. Again, not the 0 in your numpad, but the one above the letter P on your keyboard. And just like in the case of rows, you can also hide multiple columns by first selecting the cells from the columns to be hidden and press Ctrl 0. Now notice there is no shortcut to unhide a hidden column. In case of a row, we had the option to press Ctrl Shift 9 to unhide a hidden row, but there is no shortcut, there's no Ctrl Shift 0 to unhide a column. So then in that case, what can we do? So here's a bonus tip that will help you create your own shortcuts. If you look at the top left corner here, this part is known as the quick access toolbar. So basically this allows you to create your own shortcuts to the most used commands. Now these things that you see in the ribbon, these are basically the commands, and if you want you can create a shortcut for these here so that you don't have to look for the commands in the ribbon, and you can simply come here and select that and it will be done. Now if you want to create a shortcut to the command that allows you to unhide a column, all you have to do is go to Format. In Format, under Visibility, you have Hide and Unhide. You have the option Unhide Columns. Now if you see here carefully, it says the shortcut to unhide columns is Control Shift and close brackets, which is basically 0, but that doesn't work for some reason. So all you have to do is right click on this and click on Add to Quick Access Toolbar, and you'll see you have a shortcut here now. All you need to do now is select the cells in the columns on the left and right of the hidden column and click on this shortcut. It will automatically unhide the hidden columns for you. And while we're discussing bonus tips, let me give you one important tip that is going to be a game changer. Basically, if there are certain commands you use very often, here's a smart way to avoid using the mouse and just use your keyboard to apply those commands. Okay, all you have to do is press the Alt button, and as soon as you press the Alt button, you'll see that in the ribbon and in the quick access toolbar, each tab or each shortcut would have its own unique code, right? For example, if you want to go to home, you can press H, or since we are already in home, if I want to go to data, I can, after I've pressed Alt, I can press A, it'll take me to data. And here, let's say I want to filter my data, I can press T. So you can see I have the filters applied now. So the shortcut is Alt A T. If I remember that, I don't need to always go to data and select this manually. I can simply come here and press Alt A-T and it will automatically apply the filters for me. By the way, there is another shortcut for filters. I have a separate video coming up in which I'll be talking about all the short keys that you can use to apply different things. But here, what I'm trying to say is using this Alt sequence thing, you have the option to speed up your work, right? For example, if you want to apply borders to this data, we've already learned we can press Control A to select the entire table, right? If I press Alt now, I have all the codes for each tab there. I want to go to Home, so I will press H. I'm in Home now. If I want to apply borders, you can see for borders, the code is B, so I can press B. So everything that's available in the borders option is open for me now. Now, most often we apply the all borders option, which is this. So instead of using the mouse, I can simply press A. It will apply the border for me. Let me press Ctrl Z to undo this, and let me show you how fast this could be. The shortcut is Alt HBA, right? So Alt HBA, and look how fast I was able to apply the borders on the table, right? So if there are certain tasks you keep performing very frequently, it's advisable that you remember the sequence, the alt sequence. That way it'll, help you completing those tasks very quickly. So that's basically the video, guys. If you liked this video, if you think you were able to learn something new, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless.